So this is the Lenovo S330 Chromebook, which while being nearly 12 months old, is probably still one of the best entry-level laptops on the market, but let's find out why. Thanks for watching 9to5 Google on YouTube. Be sure to thumbs up, hit subscribe, and then enable notifications with the bell icon so that you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. So at under $200, the S330 Chromebook still managed to be a fantastic laptop for the vast majority of people out there because it offers you just enough of everything you'll likely need on a daily basis. For starters, at this price, the build is never going to be considered the most premium. It is almost exclusively plastic, but the deep grey come black colour is actually pretty sleek, with the textured lid feeling pretty nice when gripped. Let's quickly talk about ports, as for such a cheap machine, there are a decent selection on offer here. You get a full-sized HDMI port, USB-C that supports DisplayPort out and power in, while standard USB 3.0 and SD card readers are also included. On the right you get a Kensington lock and a headphone port, and I think that is a solid selection, all things considered. Open up the laptop and you are greeted with plenty of bezel on the 14-inch display. This model has a 1366 by 768 pixel display, so it's just a smidgen over HD. There is a 1080p touchscreen display version, but I think this display isn't too bad, all things considered. For starters, it is matte, and the hinge can go all the way up to 180 degrees, so you can find the right comfort level for you when using the S330. When sat about a foot away, the display isn't in any way grainy, but the colours could be a little bit deeper. That said, for video or more, it is more than adequate in my experience. The audio out of this chassis though is a little bit poor though. I would suggest sticking in wired or wireless headphones and enjoying the audio that way. I will say the keyboard is impressive. I do like the spongy feel of the keys while they have plenty of travel when typing. The plastic body does produce some flex, which also adds to the spongy feel. The trackpad is not too bad. I wouldn't call it particularly great though, as it has a good size and it responds well to swipes and touches. The click though isn't all too fun to use, so in my experience I would just stick to taps and touches, as it does improve the overall experience quite substantially. So the hardware isn't too bad. What about the performance though? Well, it's here where I have been the most impressed with the MediaTek chipset and 4GB of RAM. I haven't noticed any experience killing slowdowns unless I really abuse the number of browser tabs I have open at once. Watching multiple videos at above 1080p resolution does cause some issues, but nothing game breaking per se. Compared to similarly priced Windows machines, the performance is actually a dream. Being almost entirely browser based, it ensures that it feels fast most of the time. As a basic browsing laptop, text and document editor, this is great, although the lack of a touchscreen means that some Android games and apps are probably not worth installing. Yes, you can game with Android games, but I would avoid 3D titles as the S330 has modest hardware even by 2019 Android standards. Because this is of course Chrome OS, the battery life is one area where the S330 manages to exceed similarly priced rival machines. I have managed around 7 hours regularly, but that is a little short of the 10 hours that Lenovo does claim in its marketing material. One thing to note though is by closing the S330 there can be some serious battery bleed. I would suggest powering down before shutting the lid. And despite being charged via USB-C, there is actually no fast charging on the S330, and that does mean around 3 hours from 0 to 100% battery life when you stick it on a charger. It's definitely worth noting that the battery is one of the few sore points in my opinion with the S330. That said, I do have to say that anyone looking for an entry-level or first laptop to help them do the basics like word processing, spreadsheets, browsing or even video viewing, the S330 is really a superb option at under $200. It's worth noting that there are some hardware refreshes coming soon which might offer similar value, but if you need a new laptop right now and just want the basics, then you could do much worse than the Lenovo S330 Chromebook. Of course, if you're a Chromebook fan, we'd love to know what you think. If you haven't used a Chromebook before, also stick a comment down there in the comment section below. And before you head off, remember to subscribe to the channel to see all of our upcoming content. But until next time, this is Damien with 9to5 Google saying thanks again for watching, and I will speak to you later.